Thank you for joining us and welcome sports fans. You are now watching the Baseball Hippie Show, Baseball Hippie Show, Baseball Hippie Show. Wow, it's the Baseball Hippie Show. Welcome all, it's just love and baseball. Just love and baseball. Just love and baseball. Baseball Hippie Show. Welcome all, it's just love and baseball. Baseball Hippie Show. Welcome all, it's just love and baseball. Baseball, just love and baseball. Just love and baseball. Baseball, just love and baseball. Just love and baseball. Baseball.
Damn. Welcome all. It's just love and baseball. Welcome to the Baseball Hippie Show, Season 5, Episode 2, Tuesday, May 27th, 9:41 p.m. I'm your host, the Baseball Hippie. I wear my base of my piece chain and my freaking toad hat. Everett Frog gang. 2 tie-dyes today. We're going back to our roots, hippie roots. 2 tie-dyes today. Brownbear, you got tie-dye? Am I seeing that right?
No, sorry. It's like it's like the opposite of tie-dye. It's like camouflage.
No. That's dude, that's
Forest Tech.
Damn. Swag, dude. That's
I think it was a giveaway.
Is that
Pops gave it to me when I was up in Snohomish this weekend. It's like Mariners color, like normal camo. It'd be sick if it was like digital camo or something. I like the digital camo.
Yeah,
we love digi camo.
Yeah, there's a lot of flavors.
I feel like camo's
I
feel like camo's like the opposite of tie dye.
Yeah, and denuclearization. It's another thing that shows about. Oh man, so much to talk about today. So much shout out. But yeah, man, whatever, dude. Camo's in the gang, dude. Camo. They should make a camouflage tie-dye. Real shit. That's $1 million idea right there. Because there's a lot of tie-dye people and camo people are at the campouts together. You know, like the movements. The movements are together. And now that Realtree has just completely gotten, Realtree is just part of the American ethos, I think there's room for both, man. So I wouldn't say complete opposites, but we could change the dynamics of the show where you're like more like army centric and I'm more like peace, love, and hippie. Anyways, Brown Bear, man, as we do every show, we ask, how are you doing? And then we move to Tobe. So how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Had a fun little 3-day weekend. Was up in Washington, actually, doing fam stuff. And yeah, it was tight. Saw the homie Dylan. I don't know if you
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I remember Dylan, yeah.
Yeah, him and his wife Annie just had a baby, so we were hanging out doing baby things. It was tight.
Tight, man.
Yeah.
Is he up in Snohomish or is he down in Ole still?
He lives in Snoqualmie.
Oh, Snoqualmie, tight.
Yeah.
How old is this baby?
3 weeks old. Like,
damn.
Brand new, fresh out the womb.
Damn, he got that new.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sick though. It was cool. And I just kicked it with my parents, and it's always nice when we go up there because our son is like Mom and Dad who? I'm hanging out with Nana and Pops. so we get to chill a little bit.
Oh man, the
Shout out,
great shout out Grandma. Me and Tobe had a Grandmary and Granddad. Man, she kept those Skittles on.
Candy on deck, games
dude.
on deck.
I puked from drinking too much orange Minute Maid one summer. That was crazy. But that's tight. Brownbear came back, dripped too hard, man. Dripped too hard. Tobe, how you doing though, bro?
Dude, feels good to be back, boys. Motherfucking 7 games above 500. That's how we do, man. And Chess is on furlough. Do you know what that means?
Don't pay him.
We're locked the fuck in right now.
Means don't give this man a paycheck because he'll get his unemployment taken away. No, I'm not on furlough yet, but I will be someday. We will not be discussing on the podcast. Like that one time I put my ID up and we had to go back and you can like blur.
So funny.
I didn't even know that was early, dude. That was early in our podcast. So we're vets. We don't do that anymore. Tight. Yeah, man. We're gonna talk a lot of Mariners because last episode I feel like we kind of got cut off on the Mariners. We're in an interesting Mariner Nation position as we kind of gear into the All-Star break coming up, so a lot of ball to talk. But yeah, man, I got so many shout outs. Man, I'm gonna try to kind of take it another way real quick. Have you ever seen the show Poker Face?
Oh, I love Poker Face.
Yeah, have you guys watched the new season?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
No.
Oh, damn. The newest episode. All right. How can I tell you a real truth?
Whoa.
The real tree tie dye. Bro.
Damn.
we need to cop.
This looks like dinosaur skin, bro.
It should be
like
in the
this.
Natural History Museum of Chicago.
I like this. This is reptilian.
This is sick. Dude, they should just tat. Tobe, you should get a tat, like a Machine Gun Kelly style body tat with this.
This real tree.
No,
Oh,
real
yeah,
tree
yeah.
tie dye. Real tree Mandelbrot tie dye.
Yeah, I'll go one arm tie dye, one forearm tie dye, one forearm real tree.
Sorry, that
All right.
distracted you. You were talking about
No, that's
trying to watch
lit.
Poker
Distract
Face.
me. It's just drop images all podcasts. Let's keep it. I want to keep the mixed bag going so we don't get stagnant. Man, the new one. How can I say this? Because I know you guys are gonna watch it, so I don't want to give away too much. But
I
let's
watched
just
the
say,
first 2.
it's about baseball and it's about minor league baseball.
Oh,
Hey.
sick.
It has Dirt Nasty in it.
Okay.
As just a guy, as a pitcher. And then there's some Doc Ellis-y shit, and there's some The Office references. And one quote I will say, because I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say there might have been some lysergic acid dynamic involved. He said, baseball's a whole way, or something about like baseball is the answer to the cosmos. And then she said, what? And he said, think about it.
Bullshit.
You hit around all day and you always come home. So that's a shout out there. Yeah. I don't know if that was the exact words, but you guys like the new one. It was pretty funny. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
Wait,
it might not be the answer.
Am I far off base? Is the first one's the one where it's like the Groundhog's Day, right? Or am I thinking of a different show?
No, you're thinking Russian doll.
It's
Same lady
both
though.
in the okay,
Yeah,
okay,
same
yeah,
lady.
Yeah. Okay,
Same lady.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Poker Face, it's pretty tight.
It's really good.
They're blending together for me.
Yeah, Natasha Leon.
Yeah, she's badass.
All right,
I read
so
that.
shout out Poker Face. Shout out that she did an Americana baseball episode that involved LSD. That was tight. So
Hell yeah, I'm stoked to watch that.
yeah, man. Tell me how we'll talk about it next show. We'll talk about it next show once you do.
Yep.
Then also, man, I don't know if we've given the Savannah Bananas a shout out, but Katie went on a trip to Savannah and everybody was like, "Oh, are you going to see the bananas?" And her girlfriends were just like, "Nah." Like we're like here for like a bachelorette party. And then when she got back, she was like, "Jess, what?" She like saw a video or something. And she was like, "Do you know about this?" And I was like, yes. In like that tone, I was like, yes. And then Tobe told me about baseball doesn't exist, and then he like put me on to like the Root Sports just like broadcast. Like I don't know. Basically, I'm on vacation drinking a beer at like 11:30 in the afternoon, like watching fucking Savannah Bananas. I'm like, damn, is this what unemployed people do?
I didn't realize they put them on TV. Up until like a week ago, I was just I was watching something stupid while I was running on the treadmill, and I was like, oh damn, they have this Savannah Bananas on TV.
Yeah,
bro, it's mad smart. When I opened the bar, it's daytime TV, which I'm like, oh, that's smart to play it in the daytime. It's like repeat games, but yeah, they sold the rights to ESPN.
Sick.
And it's the baseball. Shout out, baseball doesn't exist. Video is pretty interesting. The guy who owns the Savannah Bananas is kind of a psycho, but in a good way. He's just he's legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to Seattle in September.
Oh, we gotta go. I gotta go.
I think you gotta sign up on their website for like a lottery. It's kind of
bro.
shitty,
They sold out. They're doing football stadiums. They sold 80,000 tickets at the Giants.
Yeah,
stadium.
they've earned this shout out.
Bro.
They're like, first off, I want to watch that baseball doesn't exist and take that deep dive, and then second, Tobe said they're popular amongst single women.
Yes. 70. Yes, this is a huge factor. At one point, they said 70% of their Instagram followers were women.
I believe it,
dude. The guy. See, this is the whole thing. The guy is a marketing genius, and there's certain things that could help baseball as a whole. But this is the whole thing that baseball doesn't exist video kind of focuses on, is that they're like reaching like or they keep climbing, and even just like regular people who are into baseball kind of had respect, and then they made a devastating tweet that said, damn, don't y'all miss steroid era baseball? We should bring steroids back.
Oh, man.
Out of nowhere. And then every like baseball, fools were beefing.
You know how they say like don't bring politics into business or something? They have some fucking saying or something. It's like it's the same for baseball. Like, don't bring your hot topic shit near a baseball community because they will dissect your opinion. I'm right there with you, man.
Especially
shout out,
bro. Imagine, bro, sexy dudes doing backflips. You're fucking watching.
Man, me and Tobe were on a kick, dude. We went to Chicago and got Sammy Sosa shirts. We were just demon time now that I look back on it. Like, man, we looked up Sammy Sosa stats. Like, you can say whatever you want about the steroid era, but like, Sammy Sosa has some insane season stat lines. In fact, when you talk about the great RBI seasons, he has like an 160 RBI season. Like, he's crazy.
160, 158.
Damn.
So yeah,
he had a 3-year period, 1998 to 2001. Just absolutely.
Yeah, because Josh,
look at his OPS, bro. His OPS.
Josh always comments how the Cubs fans never talk about him. He's like, dude, you did not know that he existed. And we like laugh it even harder because we're like, his stats aren't even just like okay. Like, he is a bona fide Hall of Famer. That's what I forget about him, where I'm like, nah, see, the thing why people hate him so much is the cork bat, obviously. And then it's he wasn't that good before he took steroids. But I don't know, once we pull his stats up, I was like, this dude kind of needs a little more due. He had like everything about him. He was enigmatic. He had little celebrations. He's kind of funny.
I mean, he's the exact reason why steroids should never come back. But it's amazing. It's also an amazing feat what he did. Yeah, this 5-year period. I'm looking at it. 1.174 OPS with almost 200 hits and 50 home runs.
How many RBIs?
He had he had 160. And then the most interesting thing
just 160, yeah. Oh, so anyways,
just level 160. But the most interesting thing is he never got that home run record, which is almost
he beat Roger Maris's home run record 3 years in a row and never held the home run record because of the way that McGuire and Bond, like the way it all played out. He never actually broke the record.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So shout out Sammy.
Did they ever bring him back for a hitting coach?
No,
I don't think so.
Nah, man. Nah.
What do you think Cubs fans feel? Oh, that was the other thing when we bought the shirt.
I'll ask my Blitzball homies. They're all from Indiana and they're big Cubs fans.
Oh yeah, send that text through. So I had the Pete Crow Armstrong shirt in hand, and we were talking about Sammy the night before because I love I love some PCA, but I had it in hand and I just saw in the corner of my eye the Sosa shirt in the bottom tucked away in the depths, and I was like, "Yo, is that Sosa?" And the guy's like, "I don't know." he's like, "Hey, yo, Jeff, is this who's fucking who's this?" And he's like, "Yeah, Sosa." I was like, "Damn, bro, my bad. I'm gonna put the PCA back. Grab this one." He's like, "Ah." Then pulled up. Jess is like, "Damn, I want that one too." So he goes back, and then Jess, what does he say to you? He's like, "Good." He's like, or like had the vibe where he's like, "Yeah, we're trying to get rid of these things, man."
Yeah. He turned to his buddy. He's like, "Damn, we sold 2 Sosas tonight, man. Gotta get rid of these things."
That's so funny.
Yeah. So shout out all that, man. But
shout out PCA too, man.
Shout out PCA. I don't know about bringing back the steroid era per se, but maybe just bringing back Louie and put some of that house music to it, if you know what I'm saying. Bro,
you told me about that. I haven't been to a game yet to see it.
Okay.
Oh, it's weird, bro. It's weird, Brown Bear.
That's hilarious.
It's just enough where you're like, oh shit, they brought it back, and then it could have been a cool remix, and they do such a weird
they did too much
job with it. Yeah, it's like AI made. It's like it's weird. Yeah,
it's not fucking Carl Cox. It's like motherfucking Dead Mouse or something. It fucking sucks, but it's sick. It's kind of sick that I think about it a lot, Tobe. I know exactly. I'm like, in today's political climate, what I like about it is they were like, we're not gonna let go of these people in the Macklemore camp, but we're not gonna just totally diss the old timers. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this, and I'm like, you know what? That's what I'm about more than being right or having my own opinion. That's what the world needs. We need coalition building, man. I'm for it.
It's like Star Wars 1. Jar Jar Binks, bro. They got to get the kids involved, bro.
Exactly.
But I'd love
looking back on episode 1, he is annoying in it, but it's not that bad of a movie, dude.
I love episode 1.
Sick.
Yeah. I fuck with it. Speed racers are fire.
Yeah. Speaking of Star Wars, shout out Andor. Did you guys watch that shit?
No, people keep telling me though.
Yeah, you gotta watch
it's it.
Good.
Do you like it more than The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
What's up with Star Wars? How come there's no Star Wars baseball type of?
Oh, there is. Because in Houston, we just went to a series. They had a Star Wars weekend, Tobe.
Yeah. No, I'm saying in the universe. How come there's not
why they play it?
Yeah.
Oh, why don't they play baseball like the Quidditch?
Pod racing and shit. I don't know. There's probably something.
Yeah, pod racing sick.
They're shooting wombats, dude. They're not freaking. Come on, man. Shooting wombats on Sector 6 or whatever, dude. Yeah, so yeah, shout out that, man. We got so many shout outs today. Shout out the Curry stand at the Mariners game, and shout out Scooble, who your dad has on his fantasy baseball team, which I was beating your dad by 100 on Saturday, and I was like, damn, is that my brand this year that I only beat the good teams? And then I literally I slept in for the first time in like 2 weeks, and I woke up at like 11:30 on Sunday, just like teenage boy, like oh, it's so good to sleep in. I just checked my phone. I was like, is there a glitch in this thing? And I was like, wait, he had Scooble twice. He had a 40. He had like a 50 piece and a 70 piece. And your dad broke the matrix because he drafted Scooble in the first round at the 7 and completely like changed the way the draft went, because you're kind of like, oh shit, there's some heavy pitchers coming off the board early, so it like fucks with your man. Just like, honestly, if he wins it all this year, this will go and say again.
I said unorthodox.
If he wins it this year, we'll be talking about this season for like a long time.
So he did Skeen, Scooble, then who was the third?
He did Scooble Skeens, which was
Oh, I'll have to look it up.
And then
I know he got Duran too. It was huge.
Ks. Wild.
Also, shout out to Tup. We added someone to our fucking group chat, so he's sick. Tup's chill.
Hey, Tupper.
He loves Mariners. So I was like, man, if you love the Mariners, you should hop on this thing.
We should bring him on. We should bring him on the pod one day.
We could bring him on the pod, man. He's got some funny shit to say, for sure. And then
play Rug with you?
Oh yeah, he's trying to get me to coach Rug. He was like, dude, I looked into it. And I was like, man.
He drafted Paul Skeens, Tarek Scooble, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Jaron Duran, Dylan Cease. He took 3 starting pitchers in the top 5. I think Dylan Cease has been kind of trash for him, but
he's getting better though. He's getting better. I had both Skeens and Cease last year. You guys, I want to. Oh man, let's talk fantasy in a second. I just want to say, as a 2-6 team, possibly 2-7. I still feel like I have a chance. I don't know how, because I have 3 real aces on my bench.
Yeah, well, the league's it's pretty balanced. It keeps.
I know. I feel like if I get to 500, I have a chance to make the playoffs. And if I make the playoffs, I have a chance.
Like I was in first place 2 weeks ago, and now I'm in 7th. I feel like shit flops around pretty quick.
Yeah, man. I tried to trade for Bubik. I don't know if you know about this guy, but I'm gonna try to trade. I've been trying to give. I know DT's missing some offense, so I've just been trying to pry one of his starters. This fool trying to trade me Soto for Devers. He tried to trade me Soto, and this trade's crazy though. Bubik's this guy's got a top ERA right now on Kansas City. He's trading me. Sorry, did I say Bubik? Boobin. Yeah, I know.
Kansas City.
Yeah, he's trying to trade me Boobin and Soto for Jackson, Merrill, and Devers. Would y'all have done it? I do need some pitching.
Boobin is, I'm kind of feel out of the loop.
Gotta look up Boobin, man. Gotta get on there, Boobin. Is it Boobin? It could be Bubik. Actually, never seen a pitch. I just looked up his stats. He's pretty nasty.
Yeah, no, I don't trust your pronunciation of players' last names. So I gotta look this up.
Yeah, that's true.
Chris Bubik.
Bubik.
Yeah, I heard of this guy.
Yeah,
who did he want to trade you?
He wanted to trade me Soto and Bubik, and then he gets Jackson, Merrill, and Devers.
I'd take Soto. Soto's about to get hot.
I was like, maybe. I need
a
pitcher.
Terrible trade, dude.
What's that?
It's not a terrible
I can't trade
You
Devers.
can't get rid of Devers.
If I traded Devers, what am I? Where's my integrity?
You can't get rid of Devers. Wait, who sent you that?
DT.
Because I tried to trade him Lawrence Butler and Vinny Pasquantino for Boobin. Those guys are both like 400 Bubiks. Anyways, we don't have to talk fantasy trades this early in the pod.
Yeah,
All
man,
right, those are the shout out. Also, shout out to that guy because you said reindeer.
Wood, bro. Wait, last thing I'll say about fantasy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to go to the game tomorrow. Shout out motherfucking James Wood, bro. Another home run.
The actor James Wood.
Told you guys, bro.
Shout out actor James Woods.
What was James? I'm looking at what James Woods.
Yeah, it's James Woods.
What? Oh, Hercules. Man, there's.
Damn, yeah.
Yeah, James Wood is sick. What's up with the Nationals, man? They have like
a lot of good young
guys.
players. There's some good young players, but they, at least based on today, like they play sloppy baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mariners know a little bit about that from back in the day, but all right, let's do a weekly round. I mean, we got any more shout outs?
Shout out fucking.
Oh, any given Sunday. James Woods in any given Sunday. Come on.
I thought you were shouting out any given Sunday. It's like really, it's really
Also, he was in Contact. Man, Katie always says, my name Willie Beeman, and I keep it steaming from any given Sunday. I'm like, damn.
That looks like Ted Danson, bro.
Are you dropping? He does. He does look like Ted Danson.
Ted Danson knockoff.
You know when your girlfriend just drops any given Sunday references out of the blue, and you're just like,
yeah, she a keeper.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, damn, I think I met the one. That's pretty tight. So, anyways, yeah. Shout outs to all those beautiful people, and shout out to Camo, Tie-Dye, collabs. We need more collabs in this world, man. That's what we're trying to say this episode. That's where they're misconstrued here on the left, so-called left, man. I'm trying to bridge the gap, guys.
I mean, what? I'm not trying to put, I'm not trying to
put me to test.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to.
No, I'm not going to be in the Toronto Blue Jays, okay? Is that what you're trying to say to me?
No, I'm just
be
saying.
An Angels fan? I'm not going to be a fucking Angels fan. Sorry.
I'm just saying, Camo. It's like you can hide in the forest. There's like, you gotta, make some type of background with tie-dye. You can blend in with tie-dye. Like,
yeah, they're a lot the same. Like camo keeps you camouflaged in the natural area you're in, and tie-dye keeps you camouflaged in the metaphysical.
Tie-dye is a statement. Tie-dye is a statement. When you rock a tie-dye, you walk into a room, they're like, oh, this guy knows what's up, bro.
This guy wears sandals.
That same with camo.
When you see a guy in tie-dye, you're like, that dude knows how to wear a pair of sandals. Or the sandal sock highway. Me and Katie used to laugh about that. Oh, you're on the transatlantic sandal sock highway. We meet all throughout the world. Anyways, yeah, man.
Bro, I rock socks with sandals all day, man.
You're a Croc sock.
I feel like it's acceptable now. Cause I think Crocs like broke the barrier.
True.
We were in a playoff chase like last year or the year before, and Tobe pulls up to the fucking sold out playoff, like not a playoff game, but like the the pennant race, like September game in Crocs and socks. And I'm like, damn, dude, you seen the real tree Croc? And he's just like, just keeping it comfy, man. We just got to stay comfortable out here.
It's hunting season.
Another day. Casual Friday. Oh yeah, that is what. Damn, Brownbear, good call. That is what it was. I wish I had this fucking vest too. That would have been a whole look.
Toe.
It's hunting season.
So funny. All right, well, those are the shout outs. Let's get to that weekly roundup, and then we'll talk Mariners. Man, what's going around the league? What do we want to talk about league wide? Because there's
you guys want to talk about the standings?
Yeah, we can go over standings. I mean, I think one team that definitely needs to get talked about, since we're kind of not doing this like every week anymore, but like Detroit is still as good as they were last pod. And so I don't know. I feel like Detroit just has to get mentioned in that league wide shit.
Yeah. Well, and Javier Baez too. We got to talk about.
I know.
Crazy.
And the internet is a toxic place, and would clown on Javi as much as any, but nobody's mad that he's good again. And I think that shows this weird part about, like how we say like, oh, people are just preying on your downfall. Well, Javi Baez is kind of this example of like, he did downfall and everyone was like, man, this guy sucks. And then now that he's good, I feel like people aren't hating. They're like, yeah, Javi Baez is good again. Things are restored in the baseball order. Like people are happy for him. He's tight.
And playing center field too,
yeah.
That's wild to me.
El Mago.
Yeah. That's wild. Just people professionally can switch positions and be good. I mean, Mookie Betts too. It's like that's so hard.
Natural shortstops usually are pretty athletic.
True, because they're just kind of good at everything.
Yeah. Here's one.
Can I ask you this question? Do you think? I mean, this is kind of I think what a lot of people say is like, you think he was just like, this team sucks ass, I don't really need to try, and then when they were good last year, he's like, damn, I should probably put work in the offseason.
Yeah, that's a really. I never thought about that until you just said that, but yes. I do. I mean, because I was going to say when we were in Chicago, I was saying like I'm surprised he's even on this roster, but I know he gets paid a lot. But
yeah,
does that mean to say
last year?
Didn't he get sent to the minors at some point? I don't know.
I mean, his stats
you
were
can
really,
send
really
him
bad.
to the minors. Like,
you're right.
Yeah. How much is he making?
Way too much to go to the minors.
He's picking up the Jimmy Johns, that's for sure. Enough to pick up that Jimmy Johns tab.
I wonder what the richest contract dude who's ever been in the minors. They're like, damn, bro, you're making $24 million a year.
Like, that was the day back when Chris Davis came back to the minors, man. He hooked us all up with steak dinner every night, dude. We didn't have to stay in this goddamn Red Roof Inn. We were staying
on the Chili's
Ritz. Boy was taking me to he had us all decked out in Sprinter vans, and we were going to the good gas stations.
Dude, he finished 184 last year with a 515 OPS. That's ass. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
That's pretty ass.
Oh wait, he only played 80 games.
I gotta say,
that's still pretty. You should have a higher batting average.
Yeah, that's true. True.
How many at bats?
272.
Yeah. I don't think he was
Chicago
injured. Hey, okay, so yeah, shout out Hobby, shout out Tigers. They're going to be the kind of a team to watch coming down the stretch.
Shout out everyone who was on that Cubs championship team.
Chris Bryant, Hobby Baez, Rizzo, Lester. Who do you want to talk? Who do you want to say? Damn, so Phillies have the best record in the league.
Broke his back.
Phillies have the best record. Phillies. Who? Chris Bryant. Don't get Josh started on the dude. He kind of looks like, at least has the same haircut as. He talks. He's like, he talked to me about it for 45 minutes once. He's like, Jess, you just could go anywhere in the league, and you're just like, I'm gonna go to Colorado. And you're just gonna sit there and just like, what? Like, where's the competitive edge? And he said, he said he signed, and he said, "Oh, I thought you had more prospect." Like he made a quote, like, "I thought you were better than you are before I came." Like,
Bro, that's that quote. Josh showed me that quote is devastating because you got that's triple A, double A, single A, everyone in that. He basically was like, damn, yeah, all of our minor leagues are whack. Basically, he just said that. Like, all those fools were like, "What the fuck? Who are you, bro?"
Yeah, how
That's
you gonna
crazy.
say?
And then he just sucks
research,
too. Yeah, like that's a crazy thing to say. But they are so ass, bro. Holy shit, 9. They've
only
games,
won
bro.
9 games.
Ooh, that's tough.
What was the
46 losses?
What was the White Sox record at this time last year?
Oh,
great
good call.
question. White Sox record May 27th.
2024.
It was.
Damn, White Sox are a respectable 17 wins. Okay, real quick. American League East. Yankees 34-20. The next best team. Who do you guys think it is? If you're not looking. Or if you're
for
looking.
AL or NL.
AL East. The Yankees are 34-20. Who do you think the next best team in the AL East is, and what's their record?
I mean, I'm looking at it.
Red Sox, and I think they're like a game or two under 500.
Dude, it's the Rays at 500 at 27-27. Blue Jays at 26-28. Red Sox at 27-30. Baltimore Orioles at 19-35.
Can we talk about
the Orioles completely out of it?
That? Yeah, can we talk about that?
All right, that's the question. Are the Orioles completely out of it, or do they still have a chance?
They still have a chance. It's early, but like anything can happen. But
yeah,
they are in a bad situation.
What do you guys think it is, man?
I mean, it's like it's my answer for everything about Orioles. They're the opposite of the Mariners. Excuse me. Oh my god. Sorry, I just choked this. Topo Chico. Shout out Topo Chico.
No, that's on. They deserve a burp, bro. The Orioles deserve a nice juicy burp.
Yeah, they do.
So no, it's the same issue that the Mariners have in reverse. So like when you build a roster that's based on, in the Mariners case, elite pitching, and then the elite pitching falls apart and you can't score more than a run or two a game, you're not gonna do very hot when you're giving up 5 or 6 runs a game. And like luckily our offenses seem to be able to hold it together this year. But in the inverse of that, the Orioles are very much built as an offensive first team, but all of their offense has been faltering this year. Plus they didn't bring back like Santander. That said, he's having a terrible year in Toronto. But
is he?
Yeah. Yeah, same deal. So like if you're reliant on being able to score 6 or 7 runs a game with your offense and you can't do that, then you're kind of shit out of luck because they don't have the pitching to carry them. And they let Corbin Burns go.
Yeah, Burns was big.
Yeah. I think Charlie Morton's like their top pitcher. I'd have to look closer. I'm not like super following them. But I think Charlie Morton's been decent, but when that's like the dude you're relying on, your offense has to be better.
Yeah, I think he's old too.
Like today they lost 7-4 to St. Louis, and to me that's like if you're giving up 7 runs. Yesterday they lost 5-2. The day before they lost 5-1.
Is that their ace?
Yeah, Zach Eflin I drafted, and he now sits on my bench until he gives a not negative pitching performance. That's all I got. If he pitches even a 4-point game, I'll put him back on my roster. But fucking every week I get negative starting pitching, dude. I can't afford that anymore, man.
But yeah, they're just not scoring enough. They're putting up 4 to 5 runs a game, but they're giving up 8 to 10 runs a game.
They're in shambles. It's crazy because they were a solid team last year.
Yeah, I totally agree. But I definitely Corbin Burns, that contract. I think he got the biggest pitching contract, but I think a lot of those dudes were good, are young dudes who are still on low contracts, right? So they just didn't want to spend money in the off season on pitching, and it just kind of fucked them, right?
Yeah, same. I mean, knock on wood. Luckily, the Mariners have been able to figure it out so far this year. But really, the same deal as the Mariners in reverse. The guys they counted on haven't come through, and they didn't. They were all in on those young dudes being really good.
Yeah,
and they haven't been. I mean, like Jackson Holiday hitting 266, I think, is a good sign for them. Gunnar Henderson's 261, but that's not near like flirting with an MVP season.
What happened to Rushman?
Gone off the face of the planet. Goodbye. No, I'm just kidding. What did happen to Rushman, dude? Me and Tobe saw him hit the double, the switch hitter. He went ambidextrous on the whole. 211 batting average.
Well, I guess this is a great segue to maybe talk about the plus points for the Mariners.
Okay, I'll say, I want to.
Pitching is so hard to get. So
yeah.
Especially if it's from your farm.
I think all three of us, maybe because we're Mariners fans, but would you rather go, heavy on the starting pitching or heavy on the hitting? That's actually a tough one.
We were talking about. Yeah, this is what we were texting about. Well. And then also they got to the playoffs twice and then got swept twice. That's
for me. It's an easy heavy on
with pitching,
on starting pitching because
yeah.
To me, even if you have great offense, it's always going to be easier to score 3 or 4 runs a game than like 7 or 8 runs a game. And if you have elite pitching and you score 3 or 4 runs. Pretty solid chance to win that game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, it's just funny that it's like it's such a good. I don't think for us we could talk about it, but it is such a weird, interesting team that's so relatable to the Mariners, where we have been through the depths and only made one playoff game, but like. We know the starting pitching is there. So I think that's what we were texting about earlier this year. It's like, would I rather go to the playoffs and get swept twice and then be the worst, one of the, just absolutely dog shit this year, or just kind of be on the brink and miss the playoffs by one game for 3 years in a row, but have, I don't know. I mean, that's probably not a good question. But
that's a wild one,
weird
dude.
one. Yeah.
That's the freaking ghost pepper challenge right there. Like the answer is just eat salsa, No, I'm right there with you. I think once since we're talking Mariners and we're talking plus positive points, I just want to bring it back there real quick. Is interesting with Rushman is sometimes it comes down to your guys, and so if Jackson Holiday and Rushman have an off season, like have a bad, not Jackson Holiday, Gunnar and Rushman are not having the best seasons, similar to Cal and Julio, who are now having great I mean, Cal especially, but then I feel like what we see now is that when Cal is cooking, it actually seems like it just makes Julio get more pitches. Just like, I don't know what it is. Because the other day it was like Julio was getting pitches because Cal was behind him, but then the next day Cal was in front of him, and I still feel like he was still getting pitches. So,
well, it works. I think it works both ways because, like, if Cal's hitting, if Cal's hitting in front of you, then if he gets on. What am I trying to say here? Yeah, so if basically if Cal's in front of you and he's on, you don't want to continue that and get Julio on base as well, or you have to try to put the ball in play. Definitely, if Cal's behind you, you don't want Julio on. I don't know. I feel like my reasoning's a little flawed with Cal hitting in front, but like, I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying though. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. But man, that lineup protection real deal since the beginning of baseball, man. It's cool to watch. Like, that's why I bring it Randy Rosarina over there. It's just, he's not having the greatest year, but it's just a dude who a pitcher knows in his head is like, I can't,
you can't fuck up with him.
I can't leave it. Yeah, he's like, I can't leave anything over the plate, and it's especially with cows. So it's just cool to watch. And then obviously we were talking about the other day. It's like now you're doing this classic baseball things where so many of the game deciding runs later in the game come to bottom of the lineup, Tavares, Leo Rivas. So, and we're getting plus signs from them, but it's pretty interesting. And I gotta say, man, we're a pro Julio pod. I've Googled his name once again. I always say this. First thing, Reddit. I'm starting to think Julio Rodriguez just ain't him. Opinions don't get at me. I'm like, what? We gotta make a statement, bro. I know his ceiling. We've seen his ceiling. It's amazing. But man, dude, fools need to chill. Fools need to chill on young Jules, bro.
Yeah, there's a lot of. But
52 hits.
How do you think people feel about
runs,
Rushman right now? If they're saying that about Julio, they just must be shitting on him out there.
I think Baltimore.
I feel like people just look at.
They said
they don't look at.
They
what
said their
he's
Reddit's posting
doing.
pictures of birds. Sorry to cut you off, my bad.
No, you're good. I just feel like people who say they'll say like, oh, he's only hitting 244 on the season. He sucks. He's hitting 281 over the last 30 games. Like,
yeah. So if you just take out April, basically, yeah.
He's hitting 300 over the last 7 games with a 633 slugging percentage. Like, I don't know.
He to me is he. It's like it's just tough because I think people, Mariners especially because we've talked about this. We've had bad contracts, but I think fans are just not used to, like, you gotta pull the trigger, bro. He's hella young. You gotta give him a 10-year. That's just how it is. So he's 24. They're looking for his prime to be in his late 20s, and they know these years he's not gonna go 40. But they know his ceiling could be there. But I think for fans, they're like, oh, we're paying him this much. Why isn't he doing Ronald Acuna stuff? It's like. But I think it was just I think that contract was super smart, bro.
Yeah.
He had the best WAR of center field.
Plus, I think what I'm seeing with Cal and
it's a weak group, but
here's how I would say it. I think best is that it's not that I don't want Julio to be Acuna, because I do still feel like his ceiling is at that caliber.
Yep.
But when we're sitting there watching the game and you're telling me all this hate Julio gets, all I can say is, yeah, man, the Mariners got some issues. Julio is not really one of them, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, he's just doing his thing. He plays great defense, and if he hits 270, I am stoked, and he gets 20 homers, 20 stolen bases. He's like a contributor, and he's got that thing with the outside of the plate and taking some strikeouts, but he's not completely Garver sauce at the plate. One thing that'll be interesting about Julio that people don't even want to talk about is, like, what I see with Cal is his maturing. Like, would any of us be surprised if Cal is this good moving forward? Because I'm kind of like thinking about it. I'm like, he could go back to just being like solid, kind of like a Dan Wilson had 2 All-Star seasons and was just solid in between those, like we talked about. But like, or he could just be that dude because every level of baseball he was that guy, and then he's found his comfort level and he has the torpedo bat. He could be really good for the next 5 or 6 years. With Julio, I feel like the same thing, but check this. Harry Ford gets brought up. Montas and all these new guys. Let's say we skip through. I know I'm speaking like way far ahead here, but like 3 or 4 years, if we have like 5 or 6 prospects, Williamson, and then Julio's the veteran, he could be dangerous. So I know it's
I'll say watching Cal, just to make that point, watching his ABs, watching everything about him, Everything checks out, but just all around, insane, bro. I would never expect Cal to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is fucking crazy, bro. I mean, maybe I was just, this is nuts, bro. I mean, he's having
no, he's
especially for a catcher, bro.
Yeah,
fucking nuts, bro.
So you guys are both in the camp
business,
that he's,
bro.
but is this gonna keep up? Is the question.
I don't know, but yeah,
I don't know about this at this rate. Like, I don't think he's
locked,
getting. I don't know. Maybe it's hard to say.
Yeah,
I think he's playing beyond the expectations that he's at. Like, I don't think he was ever expected to be this good. So that's why I have a hard time confidently saying, like, oh yeah, he's gonna be sitting here for the rest of his career. I mean, he's kind of that dude. I think he's gonna be good, but I just think, is he gonna be sitting at this level where he's on pace for 50 home runs every year? And maybe he will be. Maybe something has finally clicked and he won't get figured out. But I think it's hard to say. I don't know.
Well, I will say that real quickly from the prospect, Brownbear, you were there, Tobe, you were there, I think too. Is he was almost highly touted as Julio. Now Julio's a hard comparison because he was probably the most highly touted Mariner prospect since Griffey, legit. But like, wasn't Cal? I remember hearing his name years before he came. So that's what makes me feel like.
I don't think he was ever that.
Yeah, I think I kind of heard his name, but nah, bro, it was more. Yeah, it's Kellenic and Julio. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing too. He's 28. Julio's still 24.
Yeah.
He is a unicorn.
Okay.
Switch hitting 948 OPS. Like, and he's locked. I mean, we watch all his games. Like, he's locked, bro. Like, it's great. It's not. There's no fluke about him. Like, he's mashing balls over the plate, and he's got this. Bro, his business. I've noticed this shit now. He's Julio's like, it's a nice dynamic they have right now, because just not to be talking about vibes and be corny, but Julio's like positive, but Cal got this business about him, bro. He is not fucking around, it seems like. Yeah. I don't know if you're watching the game the other day where Vargas, like, his pitch comm wasn't working. He was like, he like was not fucking around, bro. He's like, bro. He's like, does it fucking work, bro?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah.
I think you're right. I like that. He holds me accountable. It's like a really good. It's just crazy.
Man, you're right. He never made it. You're right. He never got past the 8th highest prospect in our system, which isn't that highly touted at all.
I'm trying to figure out right now. You're right. That's the highest. I mean, it's not bad, but yeah.
No. I mean, he definitely was one of. We just didn't have a lot of position players. Was another thing, So it was like Justice Sheffield's number 1 that year in 2019.
Damn,
Kellenic, dude. Why is Kellenic such a minor league god?
The curse of Kellenic.
So crazy.
The curse of Kellenic. Can I say? Have we talked about this out loud? Where Kellenic was trying to make fun of Dumper, right? Like,
yeah,
that's the thing. He was trying to. I mean, he seems like they fuck with each other, but he was trying on the low, and it's like, yeah, that fool just marketed the shit out of that. And now he's
now it's like his only
line.
Contribution to the league.
It's so funny.
Yeah. Well, we talked some positives, guys.
Can we shout out Ben Williamson, man?
Yeah, shout out Ben Williamson.
Really like him, man.
But man,
really like him.
Yeah, he's.
Do you guys ever worry that this team is gonna do what they did last year?
Yeah, the Astros are 1 game behind. That was a tough series, but I mean, sorry to jump into that question, but
Yes,
I worry because this is it. We gotta be realistic. Astros, even though they got rocked by Detroit last year, they're still poppy, bro. it's until we win the pennant, bro. The Astros are poppy.
I don't get it.
And that's just, it is what it is. And I honestly, that was a tough series, but I'm glad, bro. That's a humbling experience for these Mariners. That's poppy, bro. Circle every one of those games, bro. The Astros, you gotta,
that's
you want to fucking be a good team, bro. You gotta take down Big Poppy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree with you, Tobe, because I think like we've already seen it. Like if like our pitching isn't what it was last year because of injuries and stuff, so it's not going to take a lot for us to get back into that position. Basically, if because our hitting has been kind of carrying us unexpectedly. Hopefully, with a couple more starts under his belt, Kirby is back to the Kirby we know. Hopefully Logan makes it through this rehab assignment and doesn't need to be shut down again. Hopefully doesn't need to be shut down again for the rest of the season. Hopefully Bryce Miller's back. I don't know, probably by mid-June, hopefully. Maybe end of June even. But, like, if that all works out, I feel a lot better about the team. And if they're pitching well, like Bryce Miller wasn't pitching great before he got hurt. But it's hard to have faith in the offense continuing to carry us like they have. So I think it's real easy to get back into that same situation as last year, for sure.
For sure. And I'll say this too. Houston don't play. They got Mariners circled. They said that's big time. Like for them, looking at how their season started off slow, that's a big series to fucking go 3-4 against the Mariners,
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
Well, I'm with you. You got to beat the best to be the best. So definitely Houston's number one, but it's a pretty. I don't know.
It feels different from last year, though. Is that, to answer your question?
I agree. I think our lineup feels different. I do.
It feels different.
I agree
because we were up 10 last year, and we were all like, still just kind of like it didn't feel real.
From the offensive side, I feel like they can put together more manufactured runs than they could last year, but. From the pitching side, we've probably gotten a little worse, but like, come on, that's probably one of the best pitching. Yeah, exactly. It's not like worse is that bad, but I do worry because the AL West has some weird competitive. Texas has sucked so far, but I can't really take them out. And then I don't know I don't want to. Not like the Angels are good, but like they did just win 10 straight or something.
No,
it's like crazy.
Trash, dude. They're not a threat.
Tell them.
Well, either way, man, it's fun to be a Mariner, and Tup is super into him, but I'll keep trying to tell him, man. Hey, man, Mariners are great. It's a fun time to watch them. They're honestly one of the best teams, swag-wise, I've ever, put on the field. They got fun guys. But don't put your emotional health into this team like ever. You will. It is a dark road. So just love them from afar, as they say. Love them from afar.
They're fun to watch, man. If I got a couple other shout outs, like just talking about offense hot, like Edgar, Dan. No disrespect to Big Serve, Big Scotty, but there's a lot of stuff that feels different. Like
Yeah, no,
it's just to me, it's just obviously they're professional baseball players. Dudes can step up, but like for this many dudes to be this good, there's a reason behind it, right? Like, and especially we're 2 months, 3 months in now. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't just a fluke. Like, they changed the batting approach.
Yeah, you're right.
In the offseason, which is dope. It's cool. And then sorry, my second thing I really wanted to bring up, man. I don't know if you guys ever watched Foolish Baseball. Sorry to just call out another YouTube thing, but bro, this Brian Wu pick might be one of the greatest draft picks of all time in baseball. He did this video about him.
I watched that,
dude.
He does like the 8-bit shit on his video, right?
Yeah, bro. That video is crazy. They're one of the pitching. It's not Woodruff, but it's his other pitching. Like I don't even know what you would call him. Like just like dude who like runs the pitching prospect. He goes, Brian Wu for me would be 1 of 1 in the first round. They're like, what? This guy had he had a 7 ERA in college. He was sucked. He was at the 174th overall pick, like in the 6th round. It was, bro, they have him quoted before the draft. He goes, Brian Wu would be 1 of 1 for me. It's this guy who drafted him it's insane. The video is crazy. He was just like, he was like, it's wild, bro. He was like, his mechanics are there. He just sucked it. And then he's like, mechanics wise, Brownbear, you watched the video. I don't even know how to explain. I was like, what is he seeing? He's just watching thousands of college dudes pitch and just.
Yeah, it's all. I think it's about the rise on his fastball is like what he really saw, and they weren't. I feel like in college they weren't taking advantage of that or something, and it was probably like a month or two ago that I watched it, or maybe like the beginning of the season, which probably like a month or two ago. Yeah, I remember the major thing was like the rise of his fastball combined with like his arm slot makes it look way more difficult than like a normal fastball to pick up and to hit, and then I think the reason he was so like undervalued was because he didn't really do that well. He was pitching as a reliever in college, and so people weren't even like considering him as a starter.
He had a 7 ERA as a reliever. It's fucking nuts. Like, I mean, shout out. I'm trying to find his name right now. It's not Woodruff, but this guy is a fucking. He's crazy, bro. This guy's Nostradamus, bro.
Wasn't Max Wiener, was it? That's the old pitching development guy. He's like a college commissioner or something.
Oh yeah, we had a whole deep dive on that dude.
His name was Max Wiener.
We had a whole Max Wiener.
Wiener.
We went deep on Max Wiener. Bro.
No, Max Wiener.
We went deep on Max Wiener.
He's the guy who went back to college, right? He was nice, and then he was like, I want to coach college.
Yep.
Fuck, it might have been him.
Respect.
Max Wiener.
Yeah, shout out Brian Wu. I mean, you got a lot of dudes like baseball, sports are cool. Like Cal, it's just dudes who get opportunity and step the fuck up, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Cal's on pace for 55 home runs.
That's wild.
Yeah, wow, bro. What are you guys looking forward to before the All-Star break?
Man, I'm looking forward to Ohtani coming back and pitching so I can put him on my fantasy team roster. I could use anything. I'm so deep into the content, dude. I'm like, I look at my roster and I'm like, holy shit, you're not that bad. And I have Lugo, Glasnow, and Ohtani on my injured list. I'm like, man, you honestly could make a run at it, but every time.
It's a long season, bro.
What are you looking forward to? But I am looking forward to Ohtani pitching because as much as I hate the new spangled World Series dark Ohtani as fucking when Ohtani fucking.
Is he still your enemy number one? Because in the off season, you said he was Darth Vader.
He's like the hardest dude in the world to hate on because he's so chill. It's like his demeanor. I even watch him now and he's just like chilled out. But, yeah, yes he is, man. Yes he is. I fucking can't stand the Dodgers, man. Their whole shit is just like they're. I used to like they're like the respect. I do respect teams that spend money to win, like, and it's good for any sport. To me, it's like unless they're just dominating every single year, but that's usually rare. Like it gives fans somebody to root against, and I think that in all. Like Steinbrenner invented that to me, and it actually is really fun in a weird way. Not the getting dominated by a team, but the fact that like I like the villains, the villain and then the underdog. But I don't know. There's just something about the Dodgers this year that is just so contrived to me, where I'm like, man, they lost something. Like they just got their offseason was disgusting to me. I'm sorry, dude. That they just go and get Snell is just so sick.
But hey, aren't the baseball gods though? The baseball gods are.
Tobe, they just, you know what they do? They're just like, oh yeah, let's just buy an $150 million starter and just keep him on retainer. They're just like, hey, bro, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna pay you $150 million. You're gonna be like our 5th starter. You have no pressure to ever perform well except in the 2 playoff games we pitch you in. And halfway through the season, we're going to make up an injury so you don't have to play and compete with your kids. You're like, okay, I guess, That's like how the male of like legit Hall of Fame starters they just like have that they're just like slow walking into injury.
Yeah.
They're sick to me, dude. So if I was an NL West, if I was a Giants or a Padres, oh man,
my father-in-law, my stepfather-in-law, technically, he is a huge Giants fan, and you bring up his son, my wife's stepbrother, likes to. He's a Dodgers fan, so he likes to give his dad shit, and you just like the disgust on Andy's face when people talk about the Dodgers. It's so funny.
I'm one of those old men now.
That's so funny.
That's what's happened to me.
Yeah,
it's like the fun and games are over now that they won a World Series handedly. It's just like, I hope it was worth it. There's like everything that was good about your team, and like they have Enrique. Like I'm making that up, but it's just like. That's what happens when you win a World Series, man. The target is now on your back. And so they have to win 2 more World Series and I'll start respecting them again, but they're not going to.
Well, that's kind of where they're at. Like, that's like the thing, right? For me, at least, is like, if you're going to do this and you're going to go all in, you better win the World Series every year. Otherwise, you look like an extra big chump.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, we got a team in the Mariners that like just drives me to the end of the earth and the frustration usually around September, but at least there's something organic there and they're trying to work it out. And as a second level baseball fan now, as an intermediate baseball fan, I kind of get some joy in watching people like struggle and kind of figure it out. Like I don't mind because like everyone's like, Woo's so fucking good. Well, like I'm like, yeah, he's super good and he's figured it out. But like his first outing was awful. Like I remember he's come up and he wasn't just like dominant from the start.
Yeah. But see, yeah, that's why I agree. But I could say the same thing about the Dodgers. There's something fun about watching an absolute powerhouse struggle too, and then just making fun of them about that too. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is true.
So basically, you're saying you're Obi-Wan and you're looking at Shohei saying you were the chosen one, and you chose the Sith.
Yeah, he did. He straight up chose the Sith.
100. Yes, Obi-Wan. Yeah, you were my brother.
But yes,
is what I say.
Darth Vader. Star Wars needed Darth Vader. It would even be a 1 through 8. Or 9
Motherfucking the Death Star is completed, and we need young Luke to shoot those fucking missiles down its butthole.
Yeah, I gotta say, we did, Brownbear. We did watch that. We rewatched that. That's an odd scene, bro. that shit, bro. That is just the funniest loophole of all time. They're funny.
In New Hope when he just
Star Wars.
like shoots when they're like, oh yeah, this like
12
perfectly
meters.
sized like
He uses the
hole
force.
in this super.
He churns off the.
See, the thing about Star Wars is so funny because he knew, like, there's so many things when you rewatch it where it's like, you're like, oh yeah, thinking about it now, but they say it in the movie. They're like, oh well, what about, like, they have a line where he looks at him, he's like, well, what about that one spot or like something like to him? And he's like, nah, they'll never find that spot. I'm just like, that's so funny. It's like, I was like, well, why? I mean, obviously, for 40 years people have been talking about it, but why, bro? Why you gotta make an exhaust pipe that blows up the whole fucking thing, man? But that's a good metaphor for the Dodgers, bro. There you go. You hit him with you buy 9 starting pitchers and you have 2 left. They all get injured.
Yep. Can't plug up all the holes with money, man. You got to have some homegrown talent, which they do too. I don't know. Again, I don't. It's not that serious to me anymore, man. In fact, we went to like, what have I been at 2 games today? 2 games this year. It's like something's broke. Something has really snapped in me, man. I know we talked about it throughout the seasons, but like, I give a shit less than I ever have about. Like, I love baseball still, and I love the game, and I love all the facts about it. I love the funny players and the plays, and I love watching it. I love guessing the next pitch, really. That's my favorite.
You're tie-dye, bro. You're tie-dye.
But like deep down, it's just like it just comes and goes, man. It's like not that big of a deal anymore, you know. I'm sure Brownbear can relate. He has a son, you know, like you just kind of like other things in life happen that you start to really realize that it's like a nice thing to have, you know?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I hate the
right.
Dodgers, but
actually,
do I like a visceral hate? No, I don't.
Wait, what's the quote for poker? What was the poker face quote that you said earlier?
You always come back home, man.
There you go, bro. There you go.
What were you saying though, Brownbear? Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
I was gonna say, I think what really fucked it up for me was like online discourse. Like I used to be pretty active on Reddit and like in other like just like online forums or posts about the Mariners, and like that shit put me in such a negative headspace. Just like, because there was a time where it was really fun to be online. Like when the Mariners, so you know, say like probably 7 or 8 years ago, the Mariners were kind of trash, or were like kind of on the verge of being good. Like it was a different time, and it was like fun to like go online and like enjoy them being kind of trashy with the community. And then they got kind of good. Yeah. Or they got like they broke the postseason, like the season before the postseason drought and the season where they broke the postseason drought created some like weird sort of like entitlement or like expectation that people like, okay, so now you've shown us that you can go to the postseason. Now you owe it to me because the team has sucked for you. Like I'm personally owed a debt by the Seattle Mariners organization because I've been a fan of them for so long that now every time they do anything that might not get them to the postseason, I'm just gonna spew like the most fucking toxic shit online, and like it put me in a really negative space in something that used to bring me a lot of joy. And I mean, the step one to that was to like disengage and to stop doing that. I still like look and browse on Reddit. I don't really post anymore just because it's like it's a really quick trip to the dark side. But yeah,
just to hate on Ohtani.
No, I mean,
this guy fucking sucks. 2-way player my ass.
I mean, yeah, I don't honestly like it allowed me to like disconnect a little bit from it and to like feel it was a good thing, because like I probably was putting too much weight into like how much I let the Mariners affect me, both through like their performance but then also through like this like online community that had just turned like incredibly negative. So that I think gave me the perspective that Jess is talking about a little bit.
Yeah.
But also father, like I have other shit to deal with. But now Henry's getting into fucking baseball, and so it's all over.
That's a good lesson for Henry, though. You're like, man, once upon a time, there was this team that sucked, that did just okay, and I was pretty proud of them, man.
Nah, but I don't mean to comment on your fathering style, because you do whatever you're gonna do, obviously. But I'd say when I played Little League, man, there was kind of like two types of dads out there. There was the ones who were like, yeah, just go and have a good time, and like the whole point is like you just
he doesn't
having a good time. You know, like if this is something that brings you joy, then like we wanted to support you. And then there's the other one that's like having a good time. Having a good time doesn't fucking matter. You gotta.
How can you have a good time if you're not winning?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, who was the guy who used to do the after shows? That your homie said he made a pitch with a broken wrist. That's his school of thought.
Kruger.
He got the big Krugs, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Big Krugs.
That's another change with the Mariners this year. No Kruger and Jay Buhner. So that.
Oh yeah, shout.
That's weird. That
Jay Buhner,
why do they not do Kruger? I don't have as much hate for Kruger as some people do.
I don't know. Kruger was a company man. I'm kind of surprised by that. Maybe he stepped down. I wish Kruger the best. I don't hate him as a person.
If we go far and they don't give anything to Kruger, that's sad, bro. Because he put in years of just absolute sitting next to fucking Angie and the other dude, just lying through the teeth, and just you could tell in his eyes, he's like,
I know he put
really
in
just
the
gonna lie
work.
about this. Yeah.
That's like when Fox News fired Tucker Carlson, when it was like, this dude put in work, you know, like he was out there on the front lines for this news network. That's what Kruger was.
No, I think Tucker, he went Kanye on him, bro.
Whoa.
He said I'm bigger.
Oh yeah, I'm bigger.
Actually, I don't know shit about
bigger than the news network,
bro. Actually, can we get Buhner, baseball hippie of the?
Oh yeah, Buhner shout out, dude.
Buhner.
It seems like he's only gonna do games in Texas, which sucks because I wish he would be around more. But man, that is some so fucking funny. Dope ass color commentary.
I know.
He's fucking funny, bro.
Chill. He's also really laid back. Like it's something I honestly appreciate. Where like, no offense, because I think that both those guys are chill, but they're a little too like, what's next? Like, let's just keep talking, you know? And like, he's a little bit just like, yeah, man, like, just like, shh. That's like the vibe he gets. Like, just like you're like, let's just talk like this, and like just. I feel like he's probably where I'm getting to, where it's like once you just see enough innings, man, you realize it's just the innings are infinity, dude. Like the games mean nothing. You know, it's just like nothing even. It's all just the next inning. Like you're just gonna watch your team win Game 7 of the World Series and be like, oh damn, I can't wait for Game 1 of the next year. You know, like it just never actually ends. It's all about the stories, man, for real. So I like that. I don't think Ohtani's really that hated throughout the league, but I'm gonna start hating on him because, yeah, man, fuck LA. You know how it goes all day, baby. They're so ripe to get fucking plucked off too. The Giants would just be. Giants Nation would be so stoked. San Diego already has blood in the water, and then the Phillies. So it's like they don't have an easy road at all. It's not just like a walk to the World Series. So
now the NL this year is tough.
Yeah, it's deadly. So
nasty.
I give it up, and then like I'm just happy to be a Mariners fan. I'm really happy to be a Mariners fan. They got like the best colorways. They're like over here up in the Northwest. I can't wait for Portland to get a team because like I'm gonna low key be tough. Like I don't know. I'm gonna like kind of just be like a Portland Mariners fan. I don't know. There's another thing with like the Sonics too. Like if they came back and then the Trailblazers were hella good, I would totally be a Trailblazers fan, even if I still had the Sonics back. Like, there's just something that's like different of like when you. I don't know.
NBA was ruined for me when they took the Sonics away. So I'll root for the Blazers or whatever, but I've just like I haven't been able to get into it in the same way. So I feel like if the Sonics come back,
that'll be your team.
I mean, yeah, I'll be back in it.
What about that? We've talked about this before, but
we're buying season tickets, Brownbear. You got a ticket on us, bro.
Yeah, if Portland
anytime you come up
gets a baseball team, though, you think you're in a deeper conundrum? No, because last time we talked about it, you're like, no, there's no conundrum.
I'm true to the blue, Mariners till I die, baby. I'll go. I'll go to Portland games and I'll have a fucking blast. But like,
yeah,
when it comes down to rooting for one team over the other, like Mariners all day, forever. Like that's my
okay. Oh man, boys. Okay, here's my thing with Portland. Here's my thing with Portland that I gotta say is what if they're a National League team? They're so fair game to be a fanatic about. You know, like I wouldn't feel any way if you just were like a huge Portland fan and they were a National League team.
Yeah,
if they were in our division, I might be like, damn, bro, but you live in Portland and you are gonna live there for a while, so it's like, I don't know.
I think you can like have like a separation of it and like root for the team when it. I mean, you're right. If they're in the same division, I guess it gets a little more murky. But there's been times where I've been like a huge Red Sox fan because that's like growing up, like on my mom's side of the family, they're all Red Sox fans. They live in New England.
True.
And so like I have a connection to that there. My dad's good friend Jay from our league worked for the Red Sox. We got to go down and like have
Jay's a remarkable team.
Yeah, shout out. We got to go down to Florida and have like crazy spring training experiences with him, going to like
that's sick
team fundraising dinners and shit. Like I sat like a table away from the Red Sox GM, like wild shit that like most fans aren't going to get the opportunity to do. So there's been times where I've like been able to like enjoy other teams like that, and it also helped that this was like 10 years ago when the Mariners weren't very good, so like it's easy to root for another team. And like I have big memories of like the 2003 2004 like Red Sox runs when I would have been like a junior in high school, watching those with my family and stuff. So like again, Mariners weren't doing so hot at that point, or at least weren't making it to the postseason after 2001. To answer the question, I think I don't have an issue rooting for another team as long as it's not like directly in. But like, I'm not going to root for the Portland team against the Mariners. Fuck that.
Well, do you like if Portland got a team? Would you root for? Would you respect? What am I trying to say? What if the Savannah Bananas just transferred over to the MLB and it was Portland's team?
I mean, same answer, really. Like I don't think there's anything that like. Yeah, I don't know. Same answer. I think it'd be rad for baseball and rad for the city of Portland if Portland got a team. I think.
My thing is that if Portland got a team, I just know in my heart that they would bring some swag. Like the Portland is weird thing is I feel like it would translate into baseball and they would just start doing things in a way that I'd be like, as a baseball hippie, I'd be like, damn, I fuck with Portland. I just know it in my heart. I'm like, they would just do something like hipstery that would just be like, I like
that stadium. That stadium mock-up was pretty cool. Any stadium on a river is fucking
right.
Badass,
yeah, the mock-ups look fire.
Rocks.
They do.
What they have any names? They any spitball names out there?
No, they haven't said anything about that.
Where? Shout out to Pickles, man.
I think a lot of that depends on like. So my understanding is that take it back to a few years ago. Manfred told Oakland and Tampa Bay, your stadiums are whack. They're way out of date. You need to fix your stadiums. You need to buy new land, build brand new stadiums. if you don't do that, if you don't commit to doing that you don't come to us with a plan, we are going to relocate your team to somewhere that will. So that's part of like the shitty A's owner, I think, used that to his advantage to like move the team. He like, my understanding is he negotiated in bad faith on like any local Oakland area, and then now has the plan to move them to Vegas. So that they probably aren't going to get relocated anywhere else because it sounds like the Vegas thing is pretty sure shot. The Rays were told to move too, but now their situation's weird because they are like fixing the Trop because the roof got ripped off in the hurricanes last year. But they're supposed to be finding and building a new stadium site. I don't know really where that is. And then Manfred said he wants to.
What if the Rays? Oh, sorry.
It could be the Rays though. If they, it could be the
Rays.
Yeah.
Is that where you're headed? Sorry, I totally got you off. That would.
That's right. Well, that's the first way that a new city would get a team is if the Rays are relocated. I have a feeling if that happens, they would. Portland. I don't know if they like how that work. If you're like moving an already existing franchise, like how rebranding it works. I guess it's happened before with like the Expos moving to Washington. They were rebranded from the Expos to the Nationals. So I think it can happen, but I don't know. I'd be curious to see what happens with the A's when they go to Vegas. I think it makes, the A's they're like a historic franchise. They've been around forever. And also just throw like a fucking ace of spades on a hat and like you'd sell so many of those fucking hats. Like a A's hat with like a poker hand on it. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Damn.
So anyway,
think about that.
Once they, I haven't read up on it recently, but once they figure out the relocation of the A's and the Rays, Manfred has said he wants to expand by 2 teams. So I think that's really the most realistic thing. I think if the Rays were to relocate, it would probably be somewhere on the East Coast, like Nashville or like North Carolina Nashville, or something. I think Nashville's the biggest chance on the East Coast, or the eastern half of the U.S. And then say we get to 2 expansion teams, I could see Portland being one of the expansion teams with like, I think the other cities thrown out are like Salt Lake or San Antonio or.
You go Vancouver, just go NLAO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Montreal is back in the mix to get a team again, though.
Oh, true. Man, there's something that rings bells getting Kevin Cash over in Portland, though. It's kind of just talk about keeping it weird, bro. Shit, damn. Yeah. That shit would be epic as fuck. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, yeah, the mock-up was cool. It's definitely the void over to the northwest, so just travel-wise. But I mean, I would love Vancouver to get their own team, so Blue Jays fans don't fucking invade the stadium every year.
That'd be cool. I don't know how realistic that is. I wonder how realistic that is. I guess,
especially nowadays with fucking. Yeah, I don't even know how that works with Trump's ass.
Oh yeah, fucking. That's a whole other. That's a whole other piece of shit.
Jess, you said Vladdy's getting paid in toonies.
Loonies and toonies, man.
Vladdy got the tariff on his contract.
Yeah, man. Well, shout out, elbows up, man. For sure, elbows up out here.
What was your guys' favorite boonerism so far? That's a good way to go out.
Getting squishy.
Getting squishy is a good one. Dead Red's always great. There's one I sent to I gotta see if I can find it. I sent to the chat during the Rangers
I like that
series.
Yard sale. He's like, damn, man. He's like, I was almost a damn yard sale out there. And he's like, Goldschmidt's like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, man, I ran into, it wasn't Griffey. It was like some other backup. And he's like, yeah, one time we fucking collided. Straight yard sale, man. Items everywhere. Items flying everywhere. It's like, damn. Cup of coffee too. So funny.
He talks a lot.
Some dudes just come up here, get a cup of coffee, man. Had a kid. Some dudes just sit over in left field, just get a cup of coffee, man. Go back to the minors. It's like
so funny.
Go get yourself a cup of coffee, kid.
So give me just a sec. I gotta find this one.
Yeah, getting squishy is hilarious.
Getting squishy here, boys. Yeah, man, Bune is so good. He's just like, you could tell he wants it.
What did he say on the home run too? He said, what was it? He's like,
okay, here we go. So, Jock Peterson, who at the time was batting .098 on the year, he almost hit a home run and it barely went foul. And he threw his hands up. He's like super frustrated. And Angie goes, "That's the I quit this game look." And Jay Buhner says he'd have to give all that money back, and I don't think the Rangers would be very mad about it either.
Damn.
And then another one from that same game. The batter was 2-0, and then 2 borderline pitches, and all of a sudden it's 2-2. Bone says, "That's so hard as a hitter. You get 2 close pitches, and all of a sudden you're like, man, what happened? I was just sitting in a rocking chair."
Oh yeah, just sitting in a rocking chair.
I was just sitting in a rocking chair, just chilling.
Is it rocking chair? That shit's good.
2-0, sitting in a rocking chair.
Wait, I got another one. The someone swung at a slider. It was a which one was it? It might have been a Munoz slider. He goes, yeah, he's on it. He just fucking whiffs on it, and then they like, you can tell it's like weird in the broadcast. They're like, "Whoa, you just clowned on that dude for just whiffing on a slider." And then you can tell Goldschmidt's like, "Oh yeah," like, and then he's like, "Nah, man." He's like, "That's the thing, man." He's like, brings me back like we used to go back. You swing on a slider, you go back to the dugout, and someone's like, "Yeah, you were right on that, bro." And you're like, "What'd you just say, bro?" He like literally goes like, "Yeah, I used to turn to people. I was like, what'd you just say?" Like swinging on a slider off the plate. "Yeah, you were on that, Bone." It's like so funny. Yeah, keep swinging at a fucking slider off the plate, bro. Fucking not on that at all. That shit was funny as fuck to me. He's like, because that is that side of your mind. You're like, bro, it's right on the plate. I am on that. You're like, come on, bro, don't swing at a fucking slider.
Bune, don't be slinging at sliders, Bune.
I remember Bune, man. My shit with Bune is Ken Griffey Jr. home run derby, 60 and 64, tiniest circle in the game, but if you connect it, bro, it was just gone every time.
That's kind of like his. I feel like his cards in the show are kind of like that too. They're like he has really bad vision, but like when you connect, it's just gone.
Just adios, amigo. Speaking of which, man, we should get a game in later this week or something. We got a lot of Mariners to play with.
Oh, I'm down.
A lot of Mariners.
Once I hit this furlough, dude, I'll do some work for you guys. We'll get some cards.
Get that damn Polanco, bro.
Yeah, I was grinding big a couple weeks ago, and I kind of fallen off a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
I like
probably a good thing.
I love how they do the what do they call players of the week this year, where it's not like you don't have to do like 4 in a row to get the last 2. They just do like each week,
Yeah.
Even though they're kind of harder, it's like kind of the cow shit.
So the base of it is fine. It's been kind of pissing me off because there's certain cards that are
shit. Yeah.
Well, but there's certain cards that are locked in packs. Like the only way to get them is to get them through packs, and you only get a couple of packs.
And it's not guaranteed too.
Yeah, so like, it's like certain cards like and.
Like that Cal Raleigh.
The two card, best, the Cal Raleigh and the Munoz card both are pack only. So you either have to spend money on the packs and like hope you hit on those cards, or You have to buy them off the market, and because they're in packs only, they're hard to find, hard to get.
Yeah.
Some bullshit.
Yeah.
So I gotta sell my Marte
I haven't
card.
gotten
Is
at
what
the
you're
end.
saying.
So if you get to the end, it's RNG. It's not choose one or whatever.
Wait, say again.
Like if you get like it's like April, like let's say they go April Spotlight week 3 or whatever, and you get to the end of that one, and then you can like see all the players. It's RNG of like who you're gonna get. It's not choose one out of the entire thing, right?
Yeah, well, no, the ones that you get through like doing the path are set, and like you get those ones for sure. But then there's like certain players of the week and certain like lightning players and stuff that are also introduced at the same time, but they're only available in the packs, and you get like I think 1 or 2 packs through doing the missions. And then you can buy up to 2 other packs in the marketplace. But like even if you get if you buy the 2 packs you can get the 2 packs you can earn, you're still not guaranteed to get the cards that you want.
I see. Okay, so it's not choose like one. It just gives you a random one type thing.
You get like a set one, and then the other ones are
I see.
They're like chases. You have to like get them through the pack, or you have to buy it through the marketplace. But like you only get, like if you do the mission, you only get the Wyatt Langford or Reese Hoskins or whatever.
Well, motherfucking Wyatt Langford, bro.
Yeah.
Straight to the bench. I got Prince Fielder the other day though.
Oh, sick!
It's a good card. Little 91 Prince Fielder.
That's
I like that. The Moonshot series is pretty fun.
Yeah, I gotta get back on. I haven't played in a while.
Yeah, the Moonshot is tight.
Yeah, they had that JP is hard as fuck to get though. You have to play an actual season against the computer. I don't even. It's like a 91 JP Crawford. You have to like play 10 games against that season against the computer. It's like
is it a mini
nine inning games. But yeah, it's like there's like one where it's like league play or something, but it's single player.
Oh.
He's he's in it. You have to hit. There's like all these weird categories. You have to hit like 10 home runs with the lefty or something. Yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy.
But
shit, man.
That's a good. Let's close it down and
shout out JP Crawford.
When is the All-Star break? July.
I'm getting that Crawford jersey tomorrow, boys.
Whoa.
That's what's going on.
9th in walks. I just looked that up.
Right behind him, Cal at 10.
In the league?
Yeah. And he got injured, so that's crazy.
For Jay Pizzle, Televizzle.
Mm-hmm. And Randy's on that list. Randy's like 22.
July
you know what it is, guys?
Is the All-Star game. To answer your
It's
question.
called Pro
So we probably got 1 or 2 of these before. Let's do that. Let's do that.
I mean, I'm down to try if Tuesdays work. Like,
oh yeah, weekly. I like weekly or bi-weekly is fine with me too. So whatever's clever.
Cool.
Yes,
You're about to have a lot of time on your hands, bro.
Yes, yeah. I think I'm more bi-weekly when I'm working all the time, but shit, we could just have impromptus and starting.
We'll see, man.
Damn, JP Crawford had 94 walks in 2023.
Yeah, he's a walk machine.
He's a demon, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a good year.
Yeah. He's a demon in the cut.
Oh,
yeah.
My bad. Sorry to keep talking, but Cal Raleigh home run derby. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be sick.
I bet he'll get offered to do it, but I feel like also he should get a little break ski and not throw his back out.
Julio get all fucked. Yeah, didn't Julio get all fucked up trying to do that?
Yeah, I think he went on the IL after that. But which kind of happens sometimes. He's not the first person that ever happened to.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's insane, bro.
Yeah, swinging the bat that hard that many times is kind of wild.
That was the one he like broke the single round record.
Round record, yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Off of like 50-mile-per-hour pitches, like it's fucking nuts, dude. I wonder his lip. That was the other thing about Sammy Sosa, bro. That one in Milwaukee. You guys remember that one?
Yeah.
He was hitting balls out the stadium. They're like, damn, no one's even hit a ball out the stadium, bro. He like did it like 3 times. Like, damn. He probably had the cork bat in that shit. Yeah, pulling up at a home run derby with
he does it for the fans.
Roids is so sick.
He does it for the fans.
Cork bat roided up.
Yeah, man. All right, fellas. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, man. Go Mariners.
Go Mariners.
Go M's. Let's do it.
Buzz
Portland
Day.
Mariners.
Portland Rays.
Hosted by Kevin Cash.
The Portland Devil Rays.
Yeah. Bring the devil back, baby. Bring the devil back. Put the devil back in Devil Ray.
Let's pull Snell in the 6th.
Oh, shit. That's tough. Snellzilla.
All right, y'all. That was sick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good shit.
Good game.
Back.